Hi everyone, hello, how are you all today? Hello, thank you so much for joining us on another tarot workshop. So, I'm your instructor, Anne-Marie, and I'm here to share with you some insights into the key meanings of the tarot cards. At the moment, we're continuing our journey through the minor arcana, learning about the wands. And at the moment, I've got the Seven of Wands for you. So, Sherry has said hello. It's lovely to see you, Sherry. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll have a few more people joining us very, very soon. However, for those of you that want to watch it on the catch-up, please do enjoy and feel free to leave comments in the box below in either Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitch, wherever. Okay, so we are multi-streaming to all those platforms. So, I am continuing with the Seven of Wands, and after I finish with the PDF that you can see on screen right now, you are welcome to be able to stay with me while I share with you some different images of the cards that we're doing today, which is the Seven and the Eight of Wands. And I'll be showing you some similar decks that you could enjoy using. I've got the brand new borderless edition of the SMITH-WAITE Tarot Deck to show you, the VICEVERSA Tarot, the Good Tarot, and the Before Tarot. So I'll be sharing those with you so that you can choose maybe what you would like if you are wanting to read the cards and what decks might speak to you as a reader. So, with no further ado, let's jump straight in. And here we are with the Seven of Wands. If anybody would like a copy of this PDF that I'm using to share with you, to talk to you about the meanings and the feelings of the cards, please do write to me at hello@tarotcourses.online, and you can have your copy of the PDF, which is white. Your version will be white, but it's exactly the same as you see on the screen with me right now. So what's the Seven of Wands all about? Well, if we look at the scene that we've got in our picture on the left, we see a figure standing on top of what looks like a cliff or a hillside or a mountain top, but he is looking down. He's holding a wand. Wands always signal that there is action, and wands are fire energy. They are connected with the fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But the Seven of Wands shows our figure standing there with one wand and wands beneath him. And the wands beneath him signal some of the challenges and the actions from other people. Maybe it's the background effects that are going on that could actually give him some food for thought, as it were, and that he may still need to stay on top of some problems. So the six wands do actually signify that there are things that he must pay attention to. But being in an elevated position as we see him standing, it shows that he is able to see what's coming at him with clarity. So this is a card of struggling to overcome difficulties, but it's fighting against some of the odds that we've talked about and the things that are prevailing. It's standing firm against a determined attacker. So it's a bit like sort of standing on top of a mountain top and going, oh my goodness, as I look down into the village, I can actually see that the army is coming to get me, as it were. So this is something that our figure is aware of and knows that this could be a challenge, this could be competition coming. He needs to protect himself and he needs to persevere. So that is what our scene is talking to us about. Okay, bear with me. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. I've got a bit of a hoarse voice today, sorry, and I'm just running slower than I normally do. Oh, thank you for bearing with me. Anyway, there we go. There's a little bit of a warm drink to try and get my vocal cords working again, all scratchy and squeaky. So, in a place of advantage is exactly what we're seeing here. And there are times when we all need to stand up and fight for what we believe in, or for the cause, whatever the odds. The Seven of Wands promises that in such a situation, you will find the energy to overcome the opposition. So again, it talks about being in a place of advantage, in a position of defending oneself and staying on top of a situation. It's also a card that I would say it's about keeping all of your cards close to your chest, speaking metaphorically, not quite the tarot cards, but you know what I mean. It's about not revealing what your next plan is and not letting others know what your strategies are. Okay, so you are indeed ahead of any attack. So this is about being shrewd. It's about knowing that you've got some challenges, some competition, some difficult times, but you can see what's coming at you. And because you are able to look down on the situation, you are able to make plans and to navigate and not ignore what's coming at you. So you're not out of the woods yet, as it were, but that is what this card is all about. Okay, so has anybody got any questions on this one? Because it's a lovely card, really, but it is about actions. Remember, it's not feelings, it's not thoughts. Why? Feelings is the cup family. Thoughts is the sword family. It's nothing materialistic. It's nothing really in reality. It's just needing to take action and knowing that action's coming at you and you've got to plan for that and have a strategy and know how to navigate your way forwards. Okay, so hi Harmony, hello, welcome. Tarot training today, not readings, but you're very welcome. Thank you for saying hello. I'll pop you on the screen there so that people can actually see that Harmony is actually indeed saying hi. There we are. So we've got Harmony there. All right, lovely. And Sherry came in earlier. Always lovely to see you, Sherry. There we go. Thank you so much for that lovely, lovely message. Happy Saturday to you, Sherry, and to everybody that's watching. Lovely to see you all. It's very, very sunny and very, very hot where we are. And I had the aircon running before I started. And yeah, it's getting hotter here. We're still not out of it. Ah, lovely. Loco. El Taco, you have it as valor, so it makes sense. Absolutely, you know, it's a really lovely card. Progressing, yes, there are situations that you need to pay attention to. It is about making sure that you are ahead of the attack. You can see what's coming at you. I always think of it as a card of standing on top of a mountain and kind of seeing an army coming straight at you and going, oh crikey, look at what's here. What am I going to do about this lot then? Right, okay, so that one's doing that, and so I must do X, Y, and Z. And that's what it's all about, okay? So, lovely, and Harmony says thank you too. Lovely. So, yes, it is something that it helps us know that we've got to be shrewd and that we have got to do things that make us feel that we are on top of the challenges and the situation that we are facing. Remember, action, 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 okay? If you're wondering what it's about and how you'd read that card, well, my signature method that I use on tarotcourses.online does actually help you with that, okay? And what that's all about is I've got a lot of courses on there because I led a team as a professional tarot reader, so that I was there to help the company grow and the other readers, mediums, psychics, clairvoyants, tarot readers, you name it. I was there to actually help them. And yeah, people did actually train with me with the tarot. Why? Well, because I've got quite an individual way of actually putting cards together putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, as it were. On this platform here, I'm able to kind of go through the individual cards with you, but the method that I use, you'll find on my website, tarotcourses.online. You can always go and have a peek on there and see what it's all about. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, come and join us on Fridays at 5 o'clock. It's usually Fridays. This week we went out on Thursday, but it's normally Friday, where you can see how I put out what I would call a tiny snapshot spread. It's tiny. I don't use that. I only use that for lives because we don't have time to do a full reading. But a full reading for me would be 44 cards, okay, or an extended Celtic cross in a way that you've never seen done before, because I use pairs, okay, and I teach that method and that system, and all the planets and the astrological signs that I can't go into here. This is just key points, okay? There's all sorts of things on that site that you can actually look at. There is psychic development. There is how to get in touch with your guides. There is tarot journals, tarot key, workbook that is very different to this one. It's much more professional phases and language that I use when I am actually reading as a professional. Okay, so let's move on to the next actual PDF, which is a lovely Eight of Wands. Look at that. Now, in this scene and this card, we see 8 wands flying through the air as if they're javelins being thrown. And that just lets us know that things are happening at speed. And usually this is a card of action, as we said, because it's wands. So it's not just, oh, I'm thinking this, or I'm feeling this, or perhaps this, that, and the other. This is something that's happening, okay? And it's all about opportunities and events that are happening. It's a great travel card. It's all about movement. And the Eight of Wands is about events that's happening at high speed. Many things racing at breakneck pace to a conclusion. So it's the kind of card you want when you're going, right, okay, I've got that and I was waiting for X, Y, and Z. Now it's all lining up and it's all going ahead and it's all happening. So it's a really lovely card, a very, very good card to get in a reading. Let's say that this came up with, say, the Hermit as a pair. And so your major card was the Hermit and you've got the Eight of Wands. Well, that would mean that things are happening at high speed in daily matters, which is what the Hermit card's all about, with you as a person inwardly, but also in your actions. But the Hermit's connected to work. And so therefore, it would be a lot to do with your working life, your daily routine, and what's going on with you as a person. Okay? If it was the Fool, it would say that something that brand new that you're beginning, that things are going to start happening with it rather quickly. You see what I mean? It depends what cards before it. So by reading in pairs, as it were, you're able to feed the energy from the minor arcana into the major arcana. So it gives you exactly what's happening rather than just saying, oh my goodness, things are happening quickly. Well, where? You want to know. Your major card would tell you that. Okay, so reading in pairs is really, really good because it's a way of being able to put the whole thing together. But then, of course, it goes into your spread. And if it comes up in an obstacle, so it might come up in the position of obstacles, saying that, let's say we've got the Fool and we've got the Eight of Wands and it comes up in obstacles. Well, then you've got new actions that's coming in at high speed that are actually not being productive for you. So then you come on to look at the foundations of what it is that is actually happening. Maybe yes, maybe no. What do I need to do that's different? What action do I need to take? And the spread would tell you how to do that. And that's what I do in my courses. So if you want to know exactly whether it's a physical thing, a subconscious thing, whether it's spiritual advice, whether it's influences from the past, influences from others, might be other people, might not be you at all, So it's all of that, okay? Things are in mid-flight, so movement, alignment. Usually this card points to events, actual things that are taking place in your world, rather than the mental processes, which is what I said to you. It's very much action, not thoughts, not feelings. It's a card of air travel. So let's say you got that with temperance, long distance travel, connected to the 9th house, astrologically. Yeah, you would definitely say that this is a card of air travel. So if you know key points of your cards, then you know how to put your cards together, then you know how to do your spread. It all starts to work as a strategy, that it's a system. And that is how I teach tarot, that's how I read. And if you watched Friday's live, you'll see that I was using a fabulous deck called the Shuffle Tarot Deck. It's got so much going on, very complicated, very confusing, but I tried to explain what was going on in the cards so that you could see that it kind of gave double meanings, not as in double meanings, it could be this or that, but more to do with, right, this is a mental process and a physical process, or this is something that's happening on a material level and it's a reality, and this is your action. So there was all sorts of things going on that particular deck, which I will use again. It's a lot of fun and I'm getting used to it too, but boy, it's got lots and lots of great things. I'm not going to show it today because it's not relevant to just wands. It's got, as I said, double symbology, because some of the characters that appear or the scenes that appear in a Shuffle Tarot deck are all shuffled up from another scene in a tarot, such as the magician turning up there, as in, let's say, for example, in the world, something like that, okay? So have a look at that. And I did a video of unboxing, and went through the wonderful symbology. I think it's so clever. So clever. I really enjoyed it. And I've got Shuffle Collection A and B, and I put them both out this week, okay? So you can enjoy that. So, so much to learn, isn't there? But don't be overwhelmed. Do it in pieces. Do it in bite-sized chunks. Do it with a strategy. It makes sense if you have a strategy and you have a plan, instead of thinking that it's just got to be down to your intuition. Your intuition will come once you actually feel confident with the process and the strategy of putting your cards out in a certain way and going, I know exactly what that is because that's work, that's something new, that's come up in finances, or that's come up in the actual area in the spread that's work, or other people, or wherever it happens to land. But each place has a box, if you like, of your life, whether it's physical, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, blockages, the past, what's coming, the months that's coming, all that kind of thing, okay? So it's a great method and it works really well and it makes you feel confident because you know what you're talking about, okay? Instead of feeling a little bit like, gosh, I don't know if I'm saying the right thing and I'm feeling this and I know all of this, but which one applies? So, out of the bullet points you've got here, which one would apply? Well, you'd know that with a major card next to it, and vice versa. If you're using a major card and struggling with that, go and get a minor card, put it next to it, feed the two together. You always feed the energy of the minor card into the major card, unless it's a court card. And I explain all of that on my workshops that are on tarotcourses.online, or videos, whatever you want to call them. Okay, right, now, we said it's a card of air travel. Good news is on its way. So say this came up with work, as I say, like the Hermit, which is the card of work. Be good news about work, wouldn't it? You see? Things happening quickly. Let's say it came up with the Lover's card. So you'd pick, right, it's Cupid's arrows of love going on here. All right? So it depends on the other card. So that will help you with which one of these bullet points it actually is. Try it. Go and do it for yourself. Divide your deck. 22 major arcana cards on the left and 56 minor cards on the right. Shuffle your major cards, shuffle your minor cards. You see me doing that on Fridays. And there you go. You have it. Okay. So, who came up there? Somebody said, hi. Hello, Miss Cutie Rosie. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for saying hi. So, this is a card of timing. Okay, so there you go. I'm teaching you a little bit about timing. Lots more of that's been revealed in the courses. Did you know, for example, that if timing pops up in your position and you have a major card, it would be the astrological sign of that major card? For example, say it was the Emperor, it would be Aries. Okay. In this case, if it came up in timing, and it's got to come up in that position. So again, this is about having a spread where you know where is the timing. So if this comes up in yourself, it's not really telling you about timing at all. If it comes up in the timing position, this is about 8 weeks, because 8 wands represents 8 weeks. So wands are weeks. Okay. Cups are days. Swords, we don't know. They're open. Okay. There is no timing on swords. It could be any time. Okay. So you need to look at the second house of timing in the spread that I teach you to find out where that timing actually lays. What did I miss out? Pentacles. Pentacles represent months. So if you have the Ace of Pentacles, 1 month. 10 of Pentacles, 10 months. If you had something like the Death card appearing, you'd know it's Scorpio time, because the Death card is astrologically linked to Scorpio. So that's the timing of Scorpio, okay, which is October, last week in October, first 3 weeks into November. And I give you all the timings exactly like that. So if you don't know your astrological signs, it's all on the course there for you. You see? So I'm providing you with where to look, how to look, timings, countries, continents, all of that comes up with how to read the tarot. It's just like another language. So brilliant stuff. This is also a card of receiving good or happy news. So isn't that lovely? It's not a negative card, unless, of course, it comes up in your spread where it's the influences of others that are actually blocking you or causing you to have obstacles. Okay, so it could be their actions are coming at you fast and furious, and that could actually be that you've got something like the Magician, and it comes up in the influences of other people. So they could be manifesting actions that are actually probably smoke screens that cause you to not see their actions. So there's a lot to it, but I can only explain a certain amount here, okay? You'd need to do each of the individual courses, and I've separated them all out if you want to go on further. For those of you that just want to have the free copy of the workshop that I do here on these platforms, on social media, please write to me at hello@tarotcourses.online, okay? So, I think I've actually, I've probably not popped it up here. It's been such a busy week. I have really tried to sit and get everything ready here, and I've prepared it all, but things have happened. We've had thunderstorms, we've had builders in, I've had a lot of readings this week, and we socialised yesterday and had to do quite a few sort of bits and pieces personally running around town. So I'm afraid not everything is as I want it to be, but hopefully next week or the week after, I will have everything there to show you where you can go. So I will actually have got that on my actual list. It's PDF already made for you. Okay, so what do we have? Let's move into this. I'm just going to show you a little bit about the wands, the course that I actually offer. So I'll let you watch this and come back to me, because I'm going to show you some decks, okay? If anyone's got any questions, by all means, please do type them in there. It'd be lovely to know what you're asking. I've got a couple of things coming up on the screen, so I'll play this and I'll read that, and I'll join you in a minute, all right? And here we have on the screen the minor arcana, the suit of wands, the fire family, which is what we're studying right now. So this course allows you to learn the symbology of the Rider-Waite based decks and the element of fire and what it really means in a reading. So there's 10 individual videos here, from Ace of Wands to the 10 of Wands. You can learn all about the suit of wands and what each individual card actually means. I did not include the court cards here. I've done them as a separate course for you to learn all of the 16 court cards, which I will show to you. But for now, the suit of wands is associated with the element of fire, which is hot, wildly unpredictable, and dynamic. Wands are the fiery cards of the spirit and associated with passion and inspiration. Here's a little bit about me as your instructor, and this suit of wands will teach you all about the energy that symbolizes human willpower. This course is designed to teach both spiritual novices and experts alike. Here you will learn the positive and negatives of the suit of wands. This course can help you move on to all of the minor arcana. Right, so I am back. 1 second, I think it's saying that my microphone is muted. Can you hear me all right? Can somebody just type and let me know that you can hear me? I think you are able to hear me. It's just when I play something, sometimes it takes my microphone away. So I'm back in another scene for you, and you can see all of your lovely, lovely comments coming up here. Okay, so it's a lot quieter because it is a training for tarot, and not as popular as when I give free readings, I know. So it's a much slower pace, which is really nice. So Miss Cutie Rose, since every card has multiple meanings, how do we pick the meaning that we are most drawn to? Okay, so I'm going to put that on the screen. I'm going to move that to there, and thank you very much. That's a really good question. Well, yes, you do use your intuition. Absolutely. But this is what I'm saying. The method that I use and teach is completely different. So by using pairs, that's dividing your deck into major and minor arcana. By shuffling both of your decks, the major cards and minor cards, you're in a position then to pull one from each deck, i.e. one major, one minor, and you put them together. And by putting them together, you want to feed the energy from the minor card into the major card. And it should make sense to you. You know, you could ask a question. It's always good to actually ask something rather than go, what do I need to know? I think it's much better if you go, I need to know, if I go and apply for, let's say, a property or a loan or something that you're asking about, would it be best to go to A or B? And, your cards can actually answer you in a way if you ask it as in and say, right, okay, I'm going to draw 2 cards and I'm going to say, right, how is it going to be today? Am I going to have a good day if I go to, bank A and find out what's going on there? And let's say you get the 4 of Wands and you get, the Magician, then you're feeding the energy from the minor card into the major card. So it is difficult. You have got to... using just your intuition, it's incredibly difficult. But if you use this method, it becomes incredibly easy because you've got the major card telling you what's going on. So you are able then to go, well, it's obviously this. Okay? It is also, you see the spread. It's like, where is it coming up? Is it coming up in work? Is it coming up in home? Is it coming up with others? Is it coming up as advice for you? Is it coming up as something that's blocking you? Is it kind of the root of the problem? Is it what you're going to be facing? And that is what my spread does and my method. And it's completely different. I've never seen it anywhere else before. Okay, so I obviously didn't design it. It's my signature course because I've adopted something that I learned and then I've actually put my own spin on it. I've been doing it for years. So it's not an easy question to answer, but yes, go with your intuition. But that then makes you feel, gosh, I'm feeling something missing. perhaps because there is. And I like to say that you need to be sure. It's like having a template. You put that out and you go, right, this is going to be for myself. So, for example, if you were drawing something for yourself and this came up, you know, on its own, it's not easy. But if you, for example, now I've got my boxes out to show you. Here's our 7 of Wands from my new deck this week. I only got this yesterday. The Borderless edition of the SMITH-WAITE Tarot Deck. Why? Of course, I've got a Waite Deck, but I didn't have one that was without a border. Mine have all got borders, and mine are so used, especially the one I use on a daily basis. I've got several that I wouldn't like to show you them on the screen because, you know, they're tatty, they're worn, you know, they don't particularly look nice on camera. So I've got lots of lovely decks that I use there. But, you know, when I'm grabbing a deck, I do have 2 or 3 trusty decks that I use, and they're always right away because it connects with me and I can get the answers pretty damn quick, especially if it's an hour-long reading. And I have several of those in a day. Okay, so it's what you're comfortable with, and that's why I show you the decks. You see, you know, if I've got somebody asking a lot of pressing questions, there's not much symbology in this deck here, which is a lovely deck. I love it. Yes, you can read, you know, but you can get a yes and no answer. So this is the Good Tarot from Colette Baron Reid. Okay, and this one's lovely. This is the VICEVERSA Tarot. And what's great about that, you see the back of the card. So I'll be showing you that in a moment. Okay, and the Before Tarot, which Fiona lent to me and said, oh, you should show your audience this card. So this isn't my deck, this is Fiona's. She very kindly said we should actually have a peek at it. So I don't know much about this deck, I'm afraid. All I know is that the scene that you're supposed to be seeing, so if you look at the difference here, is supposed to be what he did just before this happened. That's what we've been told. So I don't know much about it. As I said, that was flung into my hands at 5 o'clock last night, and it's been terribly busy, so I've not had a chance, but I wanted to show it you so I can give it back to Fiona because it's not my deck, okay? And Fiona did courses with me and became a professional reader by actually using my signature course method. So she works for my old company. So there you go. You see, there are lots and lots of people out there. I'm sure she wouldn't mind me saying that. Okay, so 7 of Wands without the border there. I've got the Radiant Waite Deck for you on the PDF. So it's kind of nice to get the PDF because you get the cards, not physically, but you do get each card on the PDF. So it's you could always cut them out, couldn't you? and make your own deck. Why not? You know, why not? I'm all for do what you have to do and being enterprising for yourself, okay? So, yeah, that is something you could do. So, the 7 of Wands, we see him standing there, and this is the SMITH-WAITE Tarot Deck without the border. So, it's very similar, but the colours are different in the Radiant Waite Deck. Same image, exactly the same, just different colours, no border. This one, the VICEVERSA deck that I showed you, okay, here we've got the 7 of Wands, and there we see him standing there, you know, on top of, well, it's a stone, isn't it? And we're seeing that these are the challenges that's going on in his life. But when you turn it round, you get to see the scene at the back. So it's turned from daytime to nighttime, and you're seeing behind. So it's a bit like having 2 decks. It's lovely, really different, really nice, okay? But not as much symbology going on there. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed, I will point it out. Can you see this fellow has got a boot and a shoe? They're odd. Come into my courses, you'll find out more. Okay, right. 7 of Fire and what that actually means. Okay, so 7 of Fire. This is from the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. Beautiful deck. quite difficult to read if, great. People love, they see all sorts of things in that card. So that's more for an intuitive reader than somebody that's using a lot of symbology. There's look at what's going on in the background there. There's tons of stuff. Same here. But this, you wouldn't get that. You've got a horse on top of the mountain, keep going, you're doing really well. That's probably what it means. You look at the colours, the tapestry that's going on there. The birds seem to be lit up in the sky, or are they fire sort of moths? I'm not sure what they are. It doesn't really sort of say. But there you go. You can delve into that with your intuition. And the Before Tarot, well, same sort of scene, but he was probably praying for help just before he actually stood there and had to face the battle and the challenge. Okay, so that's some sort of the Seven of Wands in some of the decks that I've got. So let's put those there. You can go back in the box later. Right, I'm sorry, it's getting warm. So aircon's gone on. Right, let's turn that round because that's our daytime. Okay, let's start with that one. So can you see, isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely lovely. Panda going, making his journey, progressing, So our Eight of Wands, good news coming without the border. SMITH-WAITE Tarot decks, you might like that. You might like the Radiant, or you might like the traditional, just tarot. Any Rider-Waite sort of base deck, you're probably going to get that image full of symbology. All of this stuff going on in the background means something. You'll learn all about that yourself, or you can do it on my courses, okay? The Eight of Wands here, we can see, again, the little shoots sort of telling us that there's growth, things are happening there, it's looking really good. Lovely, lovely, lovely deck from VICEVERSA. Sorry, need to remember to turn that round. And there, look, even if it's nighttime and even if there is a storm, we've got the fact that there is still action, against some difficulties there. We're still getting action, still making progress despite, some difficulties. So the symbology might speak to you in a really strong way, a really strong way, where you're in a position in so much. I'm getting comments here. Oh, great, thanks. See more good tarot. You love that, Jack. Oh, that's Victor telling me that he likes that. Lovely. Thanks, Victor. Seven Wands in love reading. What does it stand for? Depends what card is there. It really does. But if you've got the Seven of Wands going on in a position of a love reading, it's talking about action. And despite the fact that you may be having challenges, listen to me, what a great name, love it. In a love reading, it would actually symbolize that there is challenges ahead, but you are in a position to be able to see what those challenges are, and that you must act upon what's coming at you, being forewarned, forearmed, and ready for it. So anything that is challenging, is coming at you in a love reading, it's saying, look, this is happening. You need to be ready. You need to be mindful. You need to take action, and you need to be prepared. And what are you going to do to navigate the situation? Again, try a major card next to it. Separate your decks. That's what I keep saying. It really does help. Pull a major and a minor together. Read as a pair. That's what it's about. It's on its own. You can just feel, gosh, what's this? Who is this? Where is this? If you're just holding it up and it's just on its own. When you see me on Friday Lives and I'm doing it, I'm actually looking at now. Those three pairs that I pull out represent now. Okay? It's just the basis of now. I can't go on because we don't have time. I'm alive. There's lots of people waiting. I can give them a snapshot of now. I cannot go ahead, because that kind of depth would not come up unless we look further afield and look much further into the future. And it's not, people say, oh, you can pull a past, a current, and a future. Of course you can. But you're not getting a depth. You're not, you're just getting the highlights. You can get so much more information by using a system to tell you, that is in someone else's thinking, that's in their actions. So it would depend where it is in the spread. It would depend very much on its major card, but on its own, like we're talking about for the sake of our keywords, it would actually mean standing up and defending things that are coming at you and having to do something about those things and not hiding. That person is not, they're ready, like, right, okay, coming at me, what shall I do? You've got to think on your feet. And so in the love week, it means exactly that. Same as it would in work. You're at work and you've got challenges. Oh my gosh, what I've got to do. Do something. Don't just sit there. That's what the message is. Okay? So great question. Thank you so much for that. I really do love it when you ask questions. Yeah. Right. So bored today. How am I? I'm actually, gosh, how do you have time to be bored? Oh, I'd love it. Truthfully, I'm good. I know it's a bit sore. I'm feeling a little bit tired, but I'm good. I'm really good. Can't complain, but I'm not my usual fiery up self. But I'm not bored. No, I've got plenty to do. I've got loads to do after this. I'm still loading Thursday nights onto the replay on YouTube, trying to find a thumbnail for this, trying to get my eCam working, trying to get my Canva thumbnails ahead for the next few bits and pieces of till the end of the year. I want to be that organised. And I hope you like seeing where I'm showing you comments. So, yeah, I'm really good. Thank you for asking. Don't be bored. Go and pick up a tarot card. Hello. Hi, Richo. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Little tired, as I say. Not my perky self, but I'm good. Good to be with you. Oh, I'm pleased that you enjoyed that. So wonderful. Card 8 of Fire is yes. Tarot Flipbook is helpful. Thank you for putting it up as well. And yeah, just write to me and I'll send it to you. They're big files, so don't think you're going to get the 78 cards. You can, but I'd have to send them as individuals, such as the Major Arcana, 1 file and 1 email. Then I'll send you the next one if that's what you want. But if you just say I want the ones, I'll send you the ones. And that's 1 file, but I can't put them all on because it just won't load. I've tried that. So let me know the ones you want. So normally get, hi Marie, can I have a copy of the ones? Hi Marie, can I have a copy of the major and the ones, please? Got the others. So just do that. All right. So lovely. Yeah, the flip books, they're on, if you go on tarotwithannemarie.website.com, I've got the flip book on there. And that's really nice. If you just press on that, you can just watch that going past. That's a really nice one. Or you can have your own PDF. Or you can buy my key points, which is a lovely one. I think it's only about £5 on my website. You can download that, have that. That's really nice. Really good. So lovely. I've come from puzzling promoting your stream on Twitch. Oh, thank you. That's so good. You've translated over to here. Congratulations. Thank you so much. If you subscribe and press the bell, you'll get an alert when I come on, so you can join in any time. It's really nice. You know, I remember how nice it was to actually feel that I wasn't working alone, learning the tarot. It was a hard journey on my own. I was full of doubt, full of feeling like, oh gosh, I'm getting it wrong, and what if this, and what if I say that, and probably was getting it wrong. But you know, you've got to practice. But it's like, I don't want to practice on somebody and tell them something that they can't get that out of their head. I don't want that responsibility. So when I found a class for beginners, I couldn't wait. There was 10 of us. Did it together with the teacher, and it was absolutely fantastic. We went from beginners to intermediate to advanced, and I continued in the psychic development circles, learning mediumship, clairvoyance, psychometry. What else did I go on to do? Oh, crikey. I Ching, crystals, runes. Fabulous. And living in London, it was great because We used to have mind, body and spirit exhibitions. It wasn't just those ones that I attended. I went to ones that are similar names, you know, soul, whatever, you know, his health, or that kind of thing. Wonderful. So yeah. Jack, sorry, love, I'm not doing readings. Fridays is readings, this is training. So sorry about that, but do come along and Friday at 5 and ask a question there. All right, my lovely. Thank you anyway, but lovely to have you along. Oh, right, good day. Guy, no, again, I'm really sorry, not readings today, training. Sorry, darling. Oh, you know, Rico. Oh, brilliant. Friends, that's so nice. Got to get it wrong to get it right. Yeah. But you've also got to be aware that somebody might not be able to get that out of their head. You know, if you say, oh, I see a third person in the relationship around you, that person is never going to settle. Even if there isn't, doesn't matter. Do you see what I mean? You've got to be careful, you know, and always turn around and just be very aware that what you're saying to somebody is, it's got to be gentle, it's got to be kind, and you've got to kind of feel your way a little bit in order to deliver something. It will be truthful, but you do need to kind of go, gosh, there may be influences of a third party here that's getting in you know, your other half's head. So it was something like that, you know, and yeah, you know, they really are causing a little bit of a stir and a bit of upset between the two of you, that kind of thing. But you would need lots and lots of information rather than just one card to come out with that kind of thing, because one card alone will not tell you that. All right. Yeah, you can connect on LinkedIn. You know, Miss Cutie Rose, you can. Of course you can. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, wherever you're comfortable. You know, and on my websites, I've got WhatsApp on there. I've got chat box. I've got my crisp chat box. But don't be upset if I do not immediately respond, because obviously I could be doing something else, like giving a reading. And when I'm giving readings, it can be nuts, you know. I had a 2-hour reading yesterday. The rest of them were half hours, 40 minutes, an hour, you know, this kind of thing. An hour this morning, 6:30, you know. Yeah. So wherever you choose to connect. The before tarot, don't really know what to say about this. To me, that looks a bit like, well, it almost looks as if there's a little lizard in a sack, you know, something growing. So I don't know anything about that, but Fiona asked me to show, so I'm showing, okay? Maybe some of you can find out more about that and come and tell me. I'd love to. You see, we all learn. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about how to help people become professional readers, or help you with a system to be able to know more about how to read the cards. And I learn from you too. Okay, it's always lovely. Things that people say, you never know everything, but as you know, it's just a complete journey of understanding how it works and working with people that want readings to be in a place that you feel competent to be able to give a reading to somebody, whether you're charging or not charging. It's irrelevant. What's relevant is your advice is they're asking for a reason, and they're going to trust you. So each time it's a privilege to read for someone. I always say that. Never just go, oh, come on then, here we go. You know, no chance. No. If I felt like that, I'd walk away. And I do have to walk away sometimes. Go, oh no, I've got to go and ground myself, you know. You know that I talk about these crystals to help amplify. And, you know, I talk about grounding myself with stones. So, you know, what that does is that grounds everything. It takes all the energy that I'm picking up from everything and it goes back there. So that it leaves me and goes into that. And then this amplifies what I want to connect with. All right? And I've got tons there. It's just that, you know, I will show you the nice big one at some point. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it? If you do, I'll have to get up and move them. It's kind of hard to put it on the table because it is literally huge. Bear with me. Treat today. But please wait for me to drag it over. 1 second. Can you see what I'm saying? It is so heavy. This sits here with me. Okay, so I'm going to move this and I'll show you the big crystal. I showed it on Instagram. It's so heavy. Right, I got this in Scotland. Ready? You know, I've never weighed it. Oh, my goodness. Okay, now can you see if I put, let's be fair and use, you see? So, let me just zoom my camera out a little bit. Okay. There you go. And that's my mouse mat, you can see that. Okay. So can you see what I'm saying? And there's my hand. So gives you some idea, yeah? So that's my amethyst that sits with me in my office, amplifying everything. Do you like, yeah? You think this is a big boy, you know? You can see, yeah? It's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely love this. Bought this in Scotland. Believe it or not, in Gretna Green. No, don't ask, we did not get married in Gretna Green. We didn't get married, full stop. Just been together a very long time. But yeah, it's amethyst. So I show you lots of lovely things. Sometimes you see the dogs. Sometimes you see Jack and Jill, my little puppies, who are now coming up for 11 weeks this week. Very animated. It's all part of it. It's just tarot talk, isn't it? Yeah, it says, oh gosh, been here, we've been coming here 15 years, I've lived here 13 years, so I would say this is about 18 years old, maybe even 20, because my first Bichon Frise and Shih Tzu, we went to Scotland, and I think we took them with us, so it's around that time, about 2002, 2004, so yeah, could be 18, 20 years old, this one. Absolutely love it. So you see, really, 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 you know, and isn't it lovely to get things from different places? So this is from Scotland, and this came from Phoenix, Arizona, and gosh, I think I ordered 2 kilos of crystals. Let me tell you, when we decided to buy our home here, where we're living currently, we decided to leave the UK and move abroad, and we were looking at building from scratch in a field, a mountain, and that's what we're doing. And so I got all of my crystals and a lot of smaller ones. Gosh, I've got, you know, tickly ones, tumbler sort of stone ones, this sort of size, yeah. And I've got 2 kilos of those. And when they started digging the foundations, I flew over and just put all those crystals into the foundations so that our house is built with all of that in the ground below where we live. Just because I wanted the energy to be absolutely right. And in every room, I've got rose quartz, I've got clear quartz, I've got aventurine, rose quartz, aventurine, citrine, and clear quartz and amethyst. But in my studio here and in my office downstairs where I do the readings, that I have 2 big boys. This is the biggest, the other one's about so big. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else there. And then I've got a huge rose quartz, and in my kitchen I keep all of those. Remember that the kitchen is the heart area of your life, so if you put crystals in there, it's good for whatever you want to promote or attract. But also don't forget about the stones. If you're feeling you're picking stuff up, grab a stone. It will earth what you've got, take it away. It's a bit like lightning hitting the ground. So when energy is hitting you, yeah, instead of it affecting you, pick up a stone. That's why it's good to go outside and touch the ground, or walk on grass, or touch a tree or a plant or anything, because it earths you. It takes away anything that you don't need, that doesn't belong to you, that you've picked up through the course of the day from wherever. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today. A little bit different. We did a little bit of this. Just had no plans to do it. Just wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much for your comments and questions. I really love it when you do that. It really makes it for me. Sometimes with this one, it feels, yeah. Yes, I think it very much is, because underneath you can kind of see I'm really too heavy to lift, but yeah, it is in its raw form. Okay, so it's absolutely fabulous. I like all the gosh. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, I had an amethyst engagement ring, but moved on to, my brother went to Dubai, so managed to be able to pick up some other bits and pieces, just too big for my fingernail. So. Your favourite stone is a natural smiley face on it. You can't remember what it's called. Oh, if you find out what it is, come and tell us, Richard. Really would be good. Okay, or Rico, I'm not sure. I think I'd like to call you Rico, if that's all right. But if I'm saying it wrong, correct me. Yeah, you can always phonetically spell it out. Right, my lovelies, I will see you on Friday for live tarot. If you want your reading, come and see me there. Type a Q before your question, and we'll do our best to get through as many as we can in the hour. And I'll see you for training. Where this is a lovely space for people that want to actually learn about the tarot and ask questions, and never feel silly. None of us, if you don't ask, you don't find out the answer. So feel free to ask whatever you like, okay? It's really, really my pleasure to share with you. But go and have a look at the courses, because there's so much there that you can actually learn, all right? Thank you so much, Miss Cutie Rose. See you soon, Victor. And Rico's saying it's light blue stone with yellow specks on it. Right, Rico? At your homework, come and find out. Tell us what that's about, and if you can, it'd be great if you actually sent me something. The email address. It's hello@tarotcourses.online. See you soon, bunnies, and have a great week. Until next time, bye.